Kill zone.
Hang on a sec. We're gonna use this one in today.
Hmm.
Alright, you get the idea.
Yeah.
Well,
Another week, another podcast,
yeah,
more bullshit in the news.
we've actually stuck to our guns this week and have recorded when we said we were going to record.
I know, right? We've actually done it. Now, I'm not the best. I'm sniffles and whatnot, but we're actually on a good week because no
Hmm.
kids, and I was free, and I was like, we've got to record.
Yeah, let's do next week's content.
Let's
So
do next week's content. Let's roll it out.
let's go. Yeah, we've had quite a few things happen in the news lately.
We have. Andrew's been arrested.
Hmm.
The so-called disgraced prince. Um, Now, this
Is
is
it
sort of a hot topic for people because there's royalists out there, as they call them,
is it
which
really disgraceful if we all knew he was a fucking sleaze anyway?
well, that's the thing. We all knew he was a sleaze. Now it's up to the courts to prove that he's a sleaze. We know he
Mm.
is because the evidence is there. A woman's already killed herself over it. Now he's just basically trying to deny it to save face of the royals. Because if he's charged with it, I dare say his brother's going to disown him. They're going to fully kick him out, cut him off. He's going to have no money. He's not even going to have the the family heritage of being a royal anymore. And
Mm.
he's your typical bloke that would go out there and extort the system just because he can, because he's got power. He had power. He thought he had immunity, and he was like, "Fuck it, I'll do what I want when I want, and you'll say you will jump as high as I want you to jump," basically.
Mm.
And he'd be telling people what to say, when to say it. So
It's just a perfect example of
I'm glad he got arrested.
thinking you're above the law, which you're
Well,
not.
that's it.
It
The
doesn't matter
wife knows
how.
more about him and whatnot, being from the UK, than what I do. But
Mm.
from my side of it, I think he's a pedophile. He's a freak. You're hanging out with a pedophile. Now, Charlie Kirk called out the Epstein, saying that he was a spy, he was this, he was that. He's either an
Mm.
American spy, China, international. And it was released recently that he was, in fact, a spy for America.
Who, Epstein?
So, yeah, Epstein.
Okay.
And he was using his position to gather documentation and leverage over all the superpowers in the world for
Hmm.
when it was needed. Charlie Kirk called it out, and then it's recently come out that that's what's happened. Um, and if you just look at the Epstein files, it's the perfect example of who was on the list. You've got everyone mixed up in it. So,
Yeah.
you know, even fucking Diddy was on the list, but that's no surprise.
Another one who's a complete sleaze. He just should stay there.
I think he's in jail still, isn't he? Diddy?
I don't know.
He's been charged and he was sentenced. I don't know if he's out of jail or whether he's still in jail. Pretty
But
sure
he's
he's
one of
still
those
in
people
jail.
that's like R. Kelly, where everyone knew he was a creep, but
Oh, that's what I mean. These celebrities get this so-called power in their heads, thinking that they're untouchable. No one's going to believe you because I'm the power and you're a nobody. Who are they going to
hmm.
believe? And what these celebrities now need to realize is this is 2026. The tables have turned where you thought you had immunity. You can be the biggest celebrity in the world, but if someone says, "Hey, you raped me," you better believe the police are going to take it seriously. They will come for you. You're no longer protected by immunity. You're no longer protected by the "I'm a celebrity, they're talking shit" clause. It will be investigated, and your ass will get dragged before a court,
Yeah.
and you will have to defend it.
Because
Um,
who gives these people their power? We do. And who
we
can
give
take
them
it
the
away?
power.
We can take it away too.
Exactly.
Same thing with Ryan Reynolds and the way he started carrying on.
Mm.
Um, he got cancelled fucking quick smart.
Oh yeah, hundred
Yeah.
percent.
He got his ass handed to him.
So, having a drink.
No,
Um,
it's okay.
yeah, Ryan Reynolds he was one of the best actors that you could, and then obviously with all the drama and the bullshit and the "I'm better than you" crap, it was very soon realised that
Hmm.
you're going to get pegged down just a bit.
Yeah.
So, and that's what happens. So, you know, when you start getting this so-called power trip, um,
What a
it,
lot of
it
these, what a lot of these people tend to forget is that once one thing comes to light, all the skeletons come out of the closet
yeah, 100%.
because that's when we start looking into everything.
Yeah.
And
Uh,
it's been the same with Diddy. It's been the same with Epstein. It's been the same with Donald Trump. It's been the same with Prince Andrew. Everything. These people all think they're untouchable until they're not.
Yeah, it's what was it? His basically his downfalls from just a lack of good movies, isn't it? It's just when you turn your attitude turns to
There's
shit. Um,
some nonsense that his wife's doing as well. So I
oh,
think
there's
that's
that as
what's
well.
yeah, that's caused a lot of problems for him.
Yeah, I'm just having a look now. What it was all over again. So, oh, that's right. Filed a $400 million lawsuit against is it Lively,
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 Blake Lively.
Lively, her
That's his
husband.
wife. Yeah.
Yeah, well, it says her husband. I think yeah. Okay, Ryan Reynolds and their publicist in January alleging extortion, defamation, and invasion of privacy. Holy shit. Yeah, there you go.
Mm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that'll do it. It's a very
So
big fall from grace. Oh, you just look at Michael Jackson. All it took was one person to say, "Hey, he touched me,"
and
um,
I don't even think he
and
did it.
I don't think he did. I think it was.
Mm.
I think people just got the whole, okay, this kid is going for money, because obviously we had that big sort of situation where he was claiming that he was touched and all this inappropriately.
Mm.
Um, Babe, you're in my shot.
Oh, it's all right.
I'm just trying to screen it so then, but my camera's not wanting to play ball today.
At least you can move your camera. Mine's just the built-in
Fixated.
camera.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
I
mine
can
originally
shut it
was
off.
attached, but it has since decided to not want to attach itself, and
Hang on, I
I've
wonder
just
if I
had to
can get
kind of
this little
sit out
slider
of
thing halfway. There we go.
There we go. We'll just
It's
do
mine's got a physical slider that can be pushed across the lens,
it. Yeah.
so I can,
Yeah, it's just like hello, goodbye.
if I'm really accurate with it, I can get it halfway. There we go.
There we go. Yeah,
Anyway,
yeah.
all right,
Get
that's
into
enough.
it.
That's enough stuffing around.
Yeah, so we're talking. The main subject is what? Taking an L. When is the time you've taken an L?
Which a lot of these guys need to figure out when to do, don't they? These celebrities, they need to
Well,
figure
yeah.
out
I
when
think
to.
Diddy's the prime example of I didn't do it when
Mhm.
he when the evidence was all there in black and white. It's sometimes you just need to go fuck. How do we get out of this? Take the L, admit fault, walk away. But he pushed it so far that
Mhm.
it ended up in court because he's like, nah, fuck you, I'm bigger than you type shit, trying to puff his chest out. And the court just went pew, 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 pew.
Mhm.
Time you should have
Uh,
taken the L and just said, okay, how
when
much is it going to cost?
when do you need to realize that the fight is either too small for you or too big for you to win?
Yeah,
I mean,
100%.
there are 100 little moments during every day when I've just looked at a situation and I go, I actually don't need to fight this. I can
Yeah,
just leave. I'm out.
and just walk away from it. And
Hmm.
I get those situations all the time with my ex.
Yeah.
Because you look at the, so she'll start using the kids as a weapon and a pawn, and she'll say a whole pile of shit to get underneath your skin. And you know what? Sometimes you just got to go, you know what? I don't want to fucking deal with you. And you just
Yeah.
walk away. Now, is it a win? Is it a loss? It's probably 50-50. You're not winning because you're not buying into her shit. But at
Mm.
the same time, there's no solving it. So it's kind of like a loss anyway. So you just walk away from the problem. There's another time where I was in real estate. So I was a business development manager. I had a
Yeah.
client that basically wanted me to prioritize him because he believed his $10 million home was worth a whole lot more than what it was. In the end, it sold for 4.5 million. I wasn't the agent, but my thing on 4.5 million was 20,000. Everyone else was 35, 40,000.
Your commission.
The commission side of things,
Yeah.
correct?
Yeah.
And that's with fees and all that sort of thing.
Mm.
And he tried to get me down to 5,000, and I just refused. I was just like, I already know what all the other agents are willing to tell you, which was 30 to 40,000. I'm happily walk away from it and take the loss on that client, just because he was trying to pressure it into me taking the $5,000 worth of commission. Now, the sale alone, as I was saying, it ended up selling for something like 5.5, and he had about 3.5, 4 mil afterwards, after paying everything out. Now, would it have looked good on my portfolio? Yes, would have been great. But I took the loss on that and walked away from it and said, look, I'm not willing to take you on for 5,000. See you later, and walked away from it.
Yeah.
Now, walking away from that situation was fine because I took on other clients where I was selling houses around 350, 400,000 and still getting 10, 15,000 commission.
Yeah.
So my commission for 20,000 on his house was a fucking brilliant deal. It was
That would have been
a
like
phenomenal
what,
deal.
0.2% or something like that.
Exactly. So
Or
it wasn't even
2%.
exactly right, and it wasn't even worth my time and effort that you put into it. There's a lot of time and effort that goes into sales, like house opens and getting stuff online, photographers, photos, making sure everything's correct, color scheming, setting the house up, making sure it's photogenic for the photos for online. There's a lot of things that go into it that people forget. Now, obviously, I dropped him, but I had another client that came along that had a $3 million house that said, look, I heard what happened. I'm willing to give you 20 grand anyway, And I said, well, no, because you're in this bracket, this is what the set commission is. It's like 15, 16,500 or whatever it was.
Yeah.
And he said, no, I'm giving you 20. And that was it. I was like, you know what? Sign this bit of paper to waiver it, to say, yep, you're willing to pay the extra. And I ended up with a long life client because not only did I get the sale, I got 13 other rental properties off him from that sale because I sold it quick. So, in a sense, I lost one client but gained a W with another.
Well, yeah, exactly.
So
you had time to pick
I
up
had-
a win
Exactly.
somewhere else.
I had time and I didn't have to stress myself out. As it is, real estate's already stressful as it is. It's not a game for the light-hearted, put it that way. It is very much a field where it takes time, it takes effort, it's 24/7. I was dealing with not just sales but rentals, and when you've got tenants that are just hard to deal with, and there's a lot of them, it takes up a lot of time.
I don't
So-
get why people have to act like that.
Well, that's it. It's there's no need for it. We're just there to do a job, and we do it the best we can. But sometimes people just think their houses are worth more, or they just got that sense of entitlement, and that's
I
what
was
we
talking
get
about
at with
renters.
Well,
People have
it's the renters as well. There's a lot of renters out there that have got this self-entitlement, thinking that I'm more important than this person. But in this modern age, we can just fuck you off as a tenant and get somebody else in next week, because there is plenty of people looking for rentals right now that you're so easily replaceable. It's no longer a tenant market where they can, play the field and, is this owner going to be able to fulfill this rental? Now we don't have rentals on the market, enough rentals on the market where people are like, fuck yeah, let's grab it, because the rentals that are on the market are without, well and truly without price range. People can't afford them right now. A $350 a week house is now like $650, $700 a week. And it's like your house is worth $350 best per week, but it's a rundown piece of shit, and they're still wanting like $550, $600, and you're just like, the people got no choice. You've got to pay it. Like,
Because
people
the
need a place to live.
neighbor's house is getting that.
Well, that's
But
it. And
the neighbour's house is also a nice new house,
yeah, well, that's the other thing.
and
So
it's well
we
maintained.
we built this house, and in total, I think we had something like 400 and what was the total? 400 and, yeah, like in total. Yes, for the house and the build and the land, 545,000, and we put 200,000 down.
Yeah.
We now only owe 405,000 or 402,000 on the house, but
Mm.
the house itself is worth 850,000. If we were
Yeah.
to go to market right now, 850. The one around the corner, no
Mm.
solar panels, no backyard, just dirt, 750.
Yeah. Yeah.
This one's got an off-grid solar system. The backyard's complete. Um, Everything inside is more unique than a standard house. The bathroom itself is set up so you can push a wheelchair in there and sit on a
Mm.
bench.
Mm.
Like I've thought about the after effect of what am I going like if we have to sell, who can this appeal to? So now it appeals to people like me and you, but it also appeals to an older generation that might need that ledge. So
Yeah.
then I've opened the market up further. So that there's options. It's got side access down the side of the house. Again, another thought. The taps have got filtered systems in there. So
Mm.
there's all these little things that make a house worth a lot more money. You know, it's the little things. So people just got to
Well,
remember that when you're looking at a house.
it's also the fact that you might be staying there for the next 30 years, and by the
That's
time
it.
that time rolls around, you're going to be needing all that stuff anyway,
Well, that's it. By the time I go into
because
retirement,
you
I'm
will
gonna need
be
all of
that
that.
older generation.
That's it. Exactly right.
It'll
Gonna
be
need
the
all that
same with me. Eventually, we will buy something and build. But
and build. That's it. Another time
it's
that I took an L as well, and I
mm,
only just thought of this was, so I had two companies fighting for me, and basically it came down to money,
yeah,
realistically. So one job was a water cart operator's job, and one was a Moxie operator job. One was 55 an hour. The other one was 59 to 60 an hour.
yeah,
Night shift was 65. So day shift 60, night shift 65.
mm,
And basically, they started around $45 an hour. Now, I know what my worth is, and I kept turning him down. I kept saying to the water cart operator, I was just like, well, no, this is what it is at this company. And they're
yeah,
going backwards and forwards for some time because they both wanted me. In the end, I basically wanted to sit in the water cart. So I said to the Moxie job, I was just like, look, you know what? You pay more, but the other company is now coming up. I ended up getting the company that was charging 45 to come up to 55,
yeah.
which is where I don't leave Perth for less than 50. So automatically I was already telling, the water cart company, no, I'm not
Yeah.
leaving Perth for $45 an hour. It's just not happening.
Absolutely. Yeah.
So I told
You
him,
don't want
look,
to be that far from
55
home for
day
next
shift,
to
and if
nothing.
there was night shift 60, and then
Mm,
you've got me. Otherwise, I'll go to the other company, sit in a Moxie, and do it for 60 day shift, 65
yeah,
night shift,
yeah,
which I know there was guaranteed night shift. Now, when you work out the math, the night shift for $5 an extra an hour, it ends up going in taxes. So it doesn't
mm,
really
mm,
pay at all. So that's why I went into work health safety. And when I went into work health safety, fuck me, how many doors have opened up that I've had to turn down
mm,
has just been ridiculous. Um, the last water cart job that I took for FIFO, my water cart job was that the water cart itself wasn't doing what it was required to do, which it's meant to penetrate the ground, soak the
yeah,
ground, and
yeah,
you can then do the rest of the mine site with your water cart. Well, my eight wheeler broke down. The sprays just the compressor or something in the compression side stopped working. So are you still there? It dropped
yeah,
out.
yeah. I'm
Yeah, it
still
dropped
here.
out. So yeah, basically it had to go back to the workshop up in Newman there, and what was
Hmm.
coming back was just your standard six-wheel water cart. And I was thinking, well, that's
Yeah.
fine. Bring the six-wheeler out. That'll do the job as well. Well,
Mm,
they brought the six-wheeler out, and believe it or not, there was the same issue that we had with the eight-wheeler, the six-wheeler had. So when you were spraying water on the ground, because it's so hot out in the outback, and I
yeah.
was at Area C. Now, Area C is known for high winds, dries out really fast, really dusty. and you've got to fucking spray that water. It's got to piss out.
Oh yeah.
Otherwise, that's it. Um, well, I basically told the boss, well, this truck's not doing the job, and I'm fed up with it. You know, it makes me look like shit because I'm spitting water out, and by the time I've gone and refilled the tank, I can't go to a new area because I've got to go back to the same area because it's dried out. Now, with the 8-wheeler, I could do
Yeah.
the entire site, come back to that same spot, refuel, and start all over again, and it would still be wet. Then I would then change direction and go the opposite way. So then you get it from both ways. The 6-wheeler, I couldn't do that. I was having to go from standpipe to the same spot, standpipe, same spot, standpipe, same spot, and it just couldn't happen. I've called the boss and said, this 6-wheeler's not doing the job. You need to fuck it off, get it fixed, whatever the case is. And he basically turned around to me and said, oh no, it can do the job. And I said, you're not out here, number one. I said, number two, I have too much pride in my job to sit here and look like a dumb fuck to the client. I said, not only that, you look like a dumb fuck because they're calling me up saying, come wet the ground. And I was only out there 20 seconds ago before they've called me up. Yet they don't know that because the ground's fucking dry again. I said, so if you're not going to fix it, put me on a flight tomorrow and I'll go home. I have no problems. And I took the loss on that. And I shit you not, I called my mate and I said to him, I said, I guarantee this boss will call me up, whether it's tomorrow or 2 days' time, a week's time, and he'll be asking me to come back out here again because he was telling me, he's like, oh, if you leave site, you'll blow your chance, you'll burn your bridge, blah, blah, blah. I shit you not. The day I got home, the day after, he's calling me up going, hey, so are you available? I need you to fly out ASAP. We need you on the water cart. And I just said, no, I'm not coming back out. I gave you the opportunity. And he was basically trying to call my bluff. And, you know, he thought I wouldn't leave site. And I left site. And then he's calling me up going, oh, can you come back? Because when I left, they put him in the shit. They've got operators that can operate the water cart, but they don't have an operator that can operate the water cart in a sense of knowing what the fuck to do. They know how to operate, how to turn the cart on and off, but they don't know how to physically operate. Is the ground green? Is it too wet? Is it too dry? Oh, should I dump here? Oh, that looks dry. I'll just fucking dump more. Now, what they would do is dump the whole fucking tank in a space of like that and just dump the whole tank in first gear, and then they've got no water. And that's what you don't do. You can't just fucking drop the whole tank because you're going to be doing 600 loads to and from the fucking standpipe, and you're never going to get to all the areas.
It's all about fuel efficiency in the end.
Fuel efficiency, all that sort of jazz. And they were filling up. After I left, they went through about $600 worth of fuel in like a few hours because no one knew how to properly operate the machine.
It's all about experience, really. I mean,
it comes to experience, and now
well
that's
and
what
good
I've got.
knowing how to switch the thing on and drive it, but do you
I
actually know how to read the ground?
Exactly right. It's reading the ground, reading the zone that you're in, and I get emails and text messages daily. I don't get a break. I'm constantly, hey, are you available? Whether it's local or FIFO, I've made enough connections now where I can get friends jobs if they need it. Now, I don't put my name to anyone that, you know, unless I know they've worked in the field. I'm not going to, you know, piss and burn my bridge because when I recommend someone, you're going to do the job and you're going to do it well because it's my fucking name that I'm putting on the line. And I've only ever done it for one person, and they're still working. My brother's now working in the FIFO field. He's got a bunch of tickets. And he had no experience, but he was telling the boss, hey, this machine, this Bobcat's fucked. You need to come have a look. They've wrecked the shit out of it. It needs to be tagged out. It's unsafe. And when they've gone and looked at it, there was fucking bolts missing. There was, like, where the oil pan is, there was fucking nuts missing out of that. You know, so it was constantly on a slow leak.
Out of the oil pan?
Yeah, near the oil pan. Now, my brother is very mechanically fucking minded. He's very switched on to all that shit. Fixes cars, trucks, Bobcats, loaders, knows all that shit. Brendan's the same. He knows how to fix basically anything or do anything. and he'll be telling the boss, look, you just need to spend 2.5 grand. There's no way out of it. You buy cheap. We're going to be talking about this in 3 weeks' time, and I'm going to be saying, I told you so. And then you're going to go, fuck, I should have listened to you the first time.
Yeah.
So there's times where, even as a boss, you've got to take an L and bite the bullet and go, yeah, fuck it. Like,
We used to have the same problem with a truck on site in traffic control, and the thing was, the company's owner he was a tight ass as well.
yep.
We know that because he bought this cheap piece of shit truck in the first place, right?
It's bad when they're
Um,
buying cheap and they turn up and they go, oh, it's brand new. And you're looking at it going, what's fucking new about
the only thing
it?
new about it is the spray paint on the doors. Um,
Yeah.
right,
And maybe
so
the new tyres.
about 6 months after he bought this thing, the transmission failed on the road. Right.
Oh.
So we were working on the motorway. Okay.
No.
So we come to the end of the shift and we're getting ready to pack up, and then we go, right, it's 2:30, the ROL's about to run out, the truck's not moving.
Oh, no way.
What's going on? So I had the offsider start the truck up, and he's on the radio like, oh, I don't know what's going on. What do you mean you don't know what's going on? I tried to put the truck in gear and it started making this crunching sound. And I'm like,
Oh.
did you push the clutch in all the way? Yeah, I did, I swear. Um, so I'm like, yeah, okay, that doesn't sound convincing. So I went over there and tried as well, and it just wasn't going into gear, nothing. Okay,
Nothing. So full
so
failure.
yep, we're like, fuck this. We're calling the boss. He can deal with it. He can hire the tow truck. He can get it towed off the motorway. We couldn't even move this thing into the shoulder. Okay,
Wow. So it's in live
so
lane.
yeah, live lane, or it was a dead lane at the time, but we had to pack that shit up.
Yeah, that's it.
Um, we're like, we still, we waited around with the truck. We got the overtime, which that was a fight by itself.
Yeah, I bet it was.
Um, and he sent this guy out who was apparently a transmission specialist.
Yeah.
Okay. It turns
Very
out
blinky Bill from the office, was it?
yeah, it was.
Yeah.
It was like the owner's neighbor or something like that, who knew absolutely bugger all about transmission. Like, even I know more about that shit than he does. Okay.
Wow.
And I could tell because I was watching him work on it. He had the truck's cabin forward and everything like that, and he had the whole gearbox open. And I was there going, "That's not supposed to look like that." Would
Yeah.
it? And like, he had one of his offsiders, an apprentice or something like that. This big Lebo guy. He's like, "What the fuck do you know, bro? You keep walking. You saw nothing."
Uh, what do you
Don't worry
keep
about
walking?
what the fuck do I know? I was only trained by Toyota. That's a high
Yeah.
no. So it's like the same sort of gearbox but smaller. Anyway,
Yeah.
lo, lo and behold, within a week the transmission failed again in the same place.
Oh, no
And
way.
guess who he sent out to fix it again?
The same
Like,
person.
this other asshole. And um this transmission failed a good like 4 times before he finally listened to me, and when I was telling him, do not send this other retard out. Sorry about the R word, I'll have to blur that one out. Um,
Yeah, just beep it.
don't send this idiot out to
Yeah.
fix. Send someone else. Oh no, no, but this guy's good. He's pretty cheap, and I'm like, oh, he's not good, obviously, because like he's cheap, yeah, not good.
Yeah. He's cheap. He's not good. And then I take it he needed a new truck, or did they eventually buy a whole new transmission?
They never got the new truck.
That the new truck never turned up. Of course it
I quit.
didn't.
I quit that job, and for about a year after that, until the project ended, because I was living near site, I
Yeah.
could still see that same truck
No
going up and
way.
down the road.
Yeah, nah. You get these people that think they know what they're doing, but they're really what you call outback bush mechanics, um, where they think they know how to fix something because that's
Hmm.
how they've done it out there. But it doesn't work when you're dealing with bigger machinery. The same idea mechanically,
Mm.
methodly be the same, But when you're working on a grander scale, the fix that would usually work on a smaller scale will not necessarily work in a bigger scale.
Oh
So
yeah.
where you would duct tape a fucking, rubber post or a rubber fucking transmission fluid
Mm.
hose, you can't do that on a truck because it's on a bigger scale. It's more pressure. And
Yep.
if you're just duct taping a problem, that shit's going to break on a truck in about 2 seconds because of the fluid and the heat. It's not like a normal car. So,
I've got to say though, on my old Ute, the old Bush Mechanics worked pretty well. I had an exhaust leak fixed by two hose clamps and a beer can um, for months on that thing.
yeah. So there's on a smaller scale, it works.
Hmm.
It works on a smaller scale. 2 secs. I just need to go blow my nose, and I'll be right back.
That's all right. I'll chuck some music on or something.
Alrighty.
Oh, that looked like a hell of a nose blow.
I was getting
That
all the
was.
gunk out.
Oh, nice,
It's
nice.
it's one of those colds where I beat it. So I
Hmm.
was stuffing
Hmm.
myself full of medication and antibiotics before like I could actually start to feel it, and I thought, oh, I'm getting what they've got, so I'm gonna get ahead of the curve, and I did. But
Yeah.
still got the infection, so the infection's there, but not as bad. Ah, there we go.
Fair enough. Fair enough. Well, so
Oh,
that's right. You were a bit sick last week, weren't you?
yeah, I was coming down with it slowly, and I was a bit iffy then. That now I've come down with full blown congestion. So
I'm coming down with it too.
uh,
I was.
it's
I've just been so tired lately.
it's it gets to a point where it's flu season, and you're just like, fuck, do I just not go out because I know it's flu season? And then you're like, yeah, nah, fuck it, roll the dice, and you're like, yeah, probably shouldn't have gone out. So,
Might not be the brightest idea.
well, that's it. Well, we went out to the monster trucks a few weeks ago when they were here.
Mm.
Monster Trucks Unleashed, and
Yep.
I got to say there was nothing unleashed about it. Um, no, no big jumps, no sort of tricks or flips or anything. It was just basically jumping over bike jumps,
Yeah.
and then going meh, psh, meh, psh. And it's like, you fucking serious? Like, we paid for this shit? Like, the fuck is this?
Could go to the local
So,
skate park and see this crap.
you go to any derby night and it's more fucking entertaining than what that was. Now,
Mm.
these monster trucks that travel from America to do fucking tricks and flips,
Yeah.
and they're just sitting here jumping over little fucking bike jumps. And we're like, what the fuck is this? There was no up on two wheels, there was none of that shit.
Fireworks or anything like that either?
Fireworks at the end, but it pissed
Hmm.
down with rain at the start, to which we had forgotten our jumpers in the car.
Mm.
Now, to go out, we were told, oh, you'd have to re-line up. Now, the line at 7 o'clock was still near the car park. So the line was like, man. Still
Oh.
by 7 o'clock. This thing started at 6. So
Yeah.
they're an hour into the show almost, and there's still people outside fucking waiting to get in. So they're having to
Sounds
like
like they didn't
hold
miss
off and
much.
hold off and hold off, and but it ended up bucketing down. We got
Mm.
absolutely soaked, and we thought, oh no, only rained for like 10, 15 minutes, we'll be fine. No, we all got sick from
But
it.
that's something else I've been finding lately in the last couple of years, maybe since just before the pandemic, all those sort of productions, like they used to show, for example, the that sort of monster truck thing, any
Yeah,
local rodeos, they used to be really good, all right?
yeah,
Like you go there, there'd be heaps of rides, there'd be shit to do. The actual show itself would be fucking fantastic. Like no matter where you went, people there'd be
yeah,
much better stunts, fireworks, all that sort of thing.
yeah.
Um, even New Year's Eve, say the New Year's Eve shows that they put on now are just fucking sad. They're weak.
Yeah, it's
There's nothing
pathetic
to
with
them.
what gets put on, that's for sure.
Like
Um,
back when Channel 10, I don't know if you remember, but when Channel 10 used to host the Sydney New Year's Eve,
yeah, what happened with that?
they were I think they just didn't want to do it anymore, or they lost the contract.
Yeah,
But they used to put on a fucking good show because they had a bit of money.
yeah,
And then the ABC took over around COVID time and just fucking killed it.
yeah.
Not in a
And
good way, killed it in a bad way.
that's the other thing that came up in my news feed the other day as well.
Mm,
Apparently, Rockingham, which is just down the road from Nandra,
mm,
is getting a $9.5 billion makeover. And everyone's like, "Oh yeah, yeah, this is great, this is fantastic." My comment, which basically shattered their whole fucking you, I was just like, so when the council rate rises everybody for their $9.5 billion, state
yeah.
federal investment, the council's going to raise their rates even though they had no fucking input to it, and
Mm.
go, oh well, we'll just raise everyone's rates now because it's like Hillary's. Now
Yep,
Hillary is like your posh area. So I put a comment on there saying, so the council's going to raise our rates and we're going to be able to afford it, are we? Question mark.
yep.
And everyone just went, yeah, exactly. So then all of a sudden people are going, actually, yeah, if we get this, our rates are going to go through the fucking roof. And it's like, well, when we don't get good shit in our area for
Mm,
nothing,
mm,
like
mm.
our council will look, they'll go plant a fucking tree and they'll say they improved the area, fucking raise the rates fucking $5 more because they planted a fucking tree.
Jeez. But
Um,
that's just the thing, right?
yeah,
Things are getting much more expensive. Like I said before, these shows and stuff that they're putting on, they're getting much more expensive. You go to one of these things and you try and buy the food, for example. Fucking forget about it. 40 bucks for a chip on a stick, basically.
pretty
Or
much.
the rides. They want to charge $1 for a ride ticket, but then they're like, no, this ride costs 15 tickets. Like,
Yeah,
fucking kidding me? This ride used to cost one ticket, you know,
yeah.
5 to 6 years ago. Um, Same thing with the council, but everything's getting a lot more expensive. But the actual quality that's going into it is next to
Is
nothing.
going to nothing, and that's what I mean. Like these councils around Perth, and I'm sure it's the same there in Sydney, where
Mm-mm.
they'll do the bare minimum that they have to, and then give themselves a pay rise, give the interest rate rises to all the owners in the area, and say,
Mm.
"Oh, but we improved the area," and all they've really done is maybe put a brand new toilet down at the foreshore,
Yeah,
or they've gone and planted a couple of trees in the area and rolled some grass out. You guys need to pay for that.
yeah.
So I said to everyone, we can have this $9.5 billion so-called transformation, and fucking you're gonna make a marina out of Rockingham,
Yeah.
but we're the ones that are gonna fucking cop the rate rise from that. And it's going to be so unaffordable that people are just going to go fuck Rockingham and just move out the area, sell up, get the fuck
Mm.
out of there. So I'm just over our
So,
local council there. It's
something
it's
very
become a joke.
similar. Something very similar happened here. They bulldozed a perfectly good footy field
Yep.
down the road from my house. It's within walking distance, and they put up this big water park thing called the Billabong Parkland.
Yeah.
Um, it's not too bad. I've been there. And they when they opened it, it was free, but then they wanted to tell us that you still have to book tickets to get into it, which I don't know why, because nobody
Well
fucking
then.
ever goes there. Okay.
Yeah, they need to
And then
change
they're
that so
like,
you walk in.
yeah, yeah. Then they go, oh no, if you wanna hire a gazebo, it's gonna cost $150 for the day.
That's
Okay.
what they do at Adventure World,
Yeah.
but they
Yeah.
charge more.
But I digress, right? Because the gazebo had an electric barbecue in it. That's about the height of luxury.
Oh, you're joking.
That was it.
At least
Yeah.
our one,
You got to.
we had a fridge.
Yeah.
You had a fan,
Hmm.
PowerPoint so you could charge your phone, a safe,
Yeah.
and two sunbeds. Or if you had a family, oh, and a table and chairs. That's
No,
what our
okay.
cabana
There was
had.
the table. There's the table and chairs too. But I mean, um,
It's
the
not worth the
gazebo is
money that
still
you
not
pay
worth
for it.
$150,
No,
right? So now they're going. Oh, actually, what we're going to do is we're going to charge $8.50 a head getting in there, right? So we're paying about nearly $60 for my whole family to get in there if we wanted to.
plus the
Um,
cabana.
Plus, if we were to hire
And I'm sure if you wanted
the gazebo,
VIP tickets for the rides as well, if you've got the VIP pass, that's probably extra cost.
I think we should use the word rides in inverted commas. It's got a
Yeah.
few water slides
Oh no.
and maybe like two pools, but
Yeah. See, Adventure World here, they made the cabanas, which is a
hmm
roughly $200+ a cabana.
yeah,
But then you've got to pay entry on top, so that's just the
hmm
cabana on top.
yeah,
Now you've got to pay for entry. Now alone,
yeah,
you don't have concession card or a companion card. Number one, they don't do concession, but they do accept companion, so it's a bit cheaper for me now.
mm
Um, but you can buy the entry plus VIP entry. So
oh,
your VIP entry means that you can skip the line at very busy rides. So the roller coaster, for instance,
mm
you would usually have a massive fucking line.
yeah,
But if you've got a VIP thing on your wrist, there's no waiting for you. You just join the VIP line, which is a hell of a lot shorter, but you'll pay an extra $80 on top of all of that for the luxury of having VIP wristband. So you pay your entry, you pay your cabana, and
hmm
then you pay for VIP on top of your entry. So
yeah,
$60 a head for a person, plus your VIP, you're looking at roughly $100 to $150 for that one person to go in under VIP plus your cabana on top. It's an easy five
mm,
hundred dollar. Now, when I took the wife, the kids to Adventure World, it cost us
yeah,
$600 before we even entered the gate.
yeah. It's
Before
so
we'd been on any
ridiculous now
rides, it was $600.
how much it is just to go for a simple day of entertainment now.
I know it's ridiculous. So we go ice skating. That's
Mm,
$100. You go to the zoo now. I buy every year. I get the zoo passes because you might go to the zoo 10 times
yeah,
in the year, and it works out cheaper. $50 per person entry. Um, Next year's one, I will have to buy one less ticket, so I
yeah,
save myself $50. But I'll still have to buy one adult plus a
mm,
companion um, to go to the zoo with me anyway. But the kid's still going to be costly. But it's still, $150 out of pocket just to do that alone. Then you've got to
mm,
buy food unless you bring food. So there's
yeah.
another $100. $250
Oh,
a day easily.
Lord, and it's not cheap buying food. It's
No,
really not cheap buying food in those
no.
things.
They
Like,
used to have food trucks and then they made a cafe, but the cafe is expensive. So it's like,
mm.
bring back the food trucks.
It does sound like it's a pretty reasonable little theme park, though. What
Adventure
did you?
World, Adventure World is. They've got lots of rides, a lot of water park rides, slides, a lot of little entertainment things for the kids, like little mini roller coasters and all that sort of thing. But then they've got the big roller coaster. They've got.
Mm.
Um, they used to have this big swing where it would spin around and go up. I think it's called the Goliath or something like that. Um,
Let me
yeah,
see.
it was
I'm looking at a picture of
ridiculous.
it right now. What's it called?
Adventure World Perth.
Yeah, yeah, I know that, but the swing thing you just mentioned
Oh
that one.
yeah, that's the one.
Yeah.
That is the one. And then they've got another one that's similar that literally turns. So
Mm.
you'll be in it. It's like one big long seating plank, and it
There we
comes
go.
up.
You were right. That is called the
That
Goliath.
Yeah, there you go.
The Goliath. Yeah. Ah,
It
that's
is
quite a
ridiculous.
quite a reasonable theme park.
It is, and for the price that you pay to get in there, it is. Yeah, it's worth it in a
Mm.
sense if you've got the money.
Yeah.
But if you don't have the money, then it's certainly not worth it.
Well, again, that's just the thing. Like when I was a teenager, I used to ask my stepfather to take us to places like Luna Park, right?
Luna
Which
Park used to be really good. I remember visiting that when I was in
uh,
Sydney, but
used to
then,
be.
yeah, it used to be good. But then when I went there, everything was so expensive.
Yeah, exactly. It's, I don't know, it's just not worth it anymore.
They still doing show bags and all that?
Nope. Uh,
Well,
no,
actually, didn't it close
they
down?
do. They got closed down for a little while, I think, but it's going now. But it's, I hate to sound picky, but it's so old now.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. It was old when I was there. So when I came and visited, I was like, "Oh, yeah, Luna Park. That'd be sick."
And
And
it's
I had a mate that
small
paid
too.
for it, and yeah, it was. They had like a ghost house where you could go in, but nothing was scary about it. But it was so expensive.
Mm. It's almost like a small town carnival, but it's
Yeah,
there forever.
yeah, yeah.
But
And there wasn't many people there. Like it just felt like
mm,
a, a homeless shelter, sort of derelict American sort of dark alleyway type shit.
yeah, and it's kind of, even though it's on the Sydney Harbour, it's kind of like tucked away, isn't it?
Well,
It's
yeah, it's literally sits right there. It's got the best sort of area, but then it just, I think whoever owns it isn't making money from it, so they haven't
mm,
really invested into
well,
it.
that's because they haven't updated it in any real way, have they? But my point is, um, I quite often used to just go to my stepfather and say, "Hey, can I have some money to go to Luna Park today?" And sure, he'd give me a couple of bucks, and that'd be plenty, right? That'd be plenty. I'd catch the train, I'd go into the theme park, I'd go on a couple of rides, whatever, um, and then come back home. Now, if my kids are like, "Dad, can we go to Luna Park for the day?" I'll be like, "No, that's like
Uh,
3/4 of my week's wage right there. Not a chance.
no
We're
chance.
not going. I cannot afford the tickets to get in. I cannot afford the food. I can't afford the
Speaking
ride fare."
speaking of it, I wonder how much Australia Zoo is for entry. Because Australia Zoo's not that far from you, is it?
It is.
Is it?
It's in Queensland.
Well, yeah, but in terms of where I am, it's closer to you in that sense. Like, if you were to go from Sydney to Queensland, what is it, like a plane trip? And for me, it's like
Yeah,
4 or 5 hours on a plane. It's probably like, what, 1 hour for you?
something like that. An hour,
Right.
maybe hour and a half. But
Okay, so a
I
family
think
of
my sister used
four,
to work there.
family of four to Australia Zoo, $225 for a family of four. Now, if you wanted to make that a 2 day admission, so you're going over 2 days because it is
Yeah,
such a big zoo,
yeah.
$315 for a family of four. A family of five,
Mm.
$378.
Now that's doable, sort of.
So
But
one day
that's
is 270 though.
but that's something that you can save up for. That's like a once a year expedition, right?
Yeah.
You'd go, you take the kids, you get on a plane, you go to Queensland, go to Australia Zoo, and you can actually stay there and you can experience the
Yeah.
whole thing. Whereas you'd be spending something very, very similar to that to go to Luna Park, and that's in the same city as me.
$149 for $149 for an annual pass, which isn't too bad. That's basically
To Australia Zoo or Luna Park.
Australia Zoo.
Fair enough.
Now, if we go to Luna Park, oh, Jesus, now we're talking.
I
Luna Park. Is Luna Park entry still free now?
don't think so.
Okay. Music. Oh, yeah. Annual pass for Luna Park. Da, 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 da. $129 for unlimited fun for a
And that's
year.
one person.
That's one
And I
person.
don't know about
Oh,
unlimited fun. You go there and you pretty much walk through the gate and
yeah.
you've already seen the whole thing.
Well, that's what I mean. They don't have much there, and it really does look outdated, doesn't it? but
Mm-hmm.
they've definitely spruced up their images.
Yeah.
So it's definitely not something that I would be like, even for a family unlimited ride per person,
Mm.
is 170, and then it's 45 for children between 4 and 12, 45 a person,
Yeah. See,
and that's with concession. Like,
and
that's
that's
ridiculous. That's
$45 you're paying for, you'd walk through the park and you'd be like, oh, maybe I want to ride one of these rides.
yeah, and then the rest you're like, nah.
Yeah,
I think if
because
they invest money like Disneyland does,
mm,
they might start getting more people. But I called out for Adrian Patelli to take over Luna Park,
yeah,
the
I
self-made
mean,
billionaire, because he would actually make that like insanely fucking awesome.
as you know, I'm South African. I grew up with a theme park in my city, which definitely made parks like Luna Park seem like a carnival instead of a
Yeah,
theme park. Like I grew up with a theme park called Ratanga Junction. That place was fucking sick, right? And then I moved over here, and I was like, oh, we can go to a theme park for the weekend. And my stepfather's like, yeah, no, we got Luna Park. And I remember going there
hmm,
for the first time, and I was like, where's the rest of it?
yeah, yeah. Where's the rest of the park? What
Like,
is this?
have we already reached the end?
Well, that's what I mean. It's like, I think a lot of money has gone into it, but in the wrong
Mm.
places. Um, and whoever owned it, obviously, it's changed hands now, and they've brought it back to life a little bit. But even the prices, it's still ridiculous. Like,
Like
I still wouldn't be paying that kind of price to walk in.
Ratango was big enough that if you wanted to go from one ride to the other, you actually had to get on a little train.
That's it. Now, I want to just quickly go completely off topic
Yeah.
while we've only got 10 minutes left.
Hmm.
Um, I'm sure you've seen this, a mass, and I've posted quite a bit about this on Facebook. There's
Mm.
been a massive surge for One Nation Pauline Hanson.
Yeah, yeah, I've seen
Massive
that.
surge. So everyone's now starting to turn on Labor. The
Hmm.
latest hike in prices that came in fuel taxes and tobacco taxes, alcohol taxes, and then he's gone and pushed even further spending, which has then caused inflation to go up, which has
Yeah.
then passed that cost to homeowners, pushing mortgages up. Everyone's going for One Nation.
Yeah,
Everyone's
because it's
turning on
the
Labor.
it's the lesser of three evils. That's why.
That's what I mean. It's kind of funny because a few years ago, people were like, "Fuck Pauline Hanson. She's a
Mm.
dog. She's a racist. She's this. She's everything." Calling her everything under the sun. Basically, had no chance to.
Yeah.
The minute 2026 has hit, her popularity has gone 1,000 fold. She now leads the polls over Labor, Liberal Coalition, Greens, Teals, all the other parties. She's now sitting
Mm.
at, I
Mm.
believe, 34%, I think was the latest poll. Meanwhile, Labor sits at 28%. So
Yeah.
if we were to
Yeah.
go to an election right now, Pauline Hanson would have the numbers to lead that election. Now,
Yeah.
people are like, oh, 96 seats, Labor. Fuck your 96 seats. Okay, Pauline Hanson does not need 96 seats to form government. She
Yeah.
needs enough people to vote for her that the 96 seats are not going to matter. That they will
Hmm.
have to come to Pauline Hanson to get anything passed because she'll be the leader. Now, she might not be able to pass any of her legislation, but she can also turn down their legislation and say, fuck off, I'm the Prime Minister. They will be forced to have to do a deal
They got to
with
kiss the
Pauline
ring.
Hanson. Yep, they'll be forced to kiss the ring to say, kiss this. I'm not doing a deal with you until you come and meet some of my negotiations. And
Yeah.
they will
Yeah.
have to negotiate with Pauline Hanson. That's all we need. We need enough seats where Pauline Hanson tips the majority to have a
Mm.
hang parliament. Now, if we can hang Parliament, fuck, Pauline wins. End of.
Hmm.
Now, Anthony Albanese wasn't liked from the get-go because he was voted in on preference.
Yeah.
So 34%, which is, it should have been back to the voting polls. Okay, only got 34%, but we don't have that in Australia. We don't get that luxury.
No.
They then get to do in-house deals called preference votes. So then your preference votes now go towards Labor because no one knows how to fucking vote properly. So when they vote, oh, I'm voting for the fucking Teals. Well, the Teals go, well, we're going to preference fucking Labor. Or I'm going to vote for the Greens. And the Greens have gone, well, fuck it, I'm going to preference Labor. So all the votes that went to the Greens then go to Labor. And that's how preference votes works. Whatever party makes the best deal with Labor at the time, that's where their preference votes goes, which Labor does that all the time.
Yeah.
But people have now woken up that every time Anthony Albanese's lips are moving, he's talking shit. Every time he opens his mouth, he's just talking shit. And he's been called out so many times on the bullshit that comes out of his mouth by Pauline Hanson, by fucking news reporters, and people are starting to wake up to every time he talks, he's lying. And he sat there and told the Australian people, oh, I will never bullshit you. Well, where's our cost of living? Where's our $245 that you told us we were going to get? Where's our reduced in cost of living? Where's our reduced cost in electricity? Electricity is 40% up since Labor came into power.
Don't I know
And
it?
they're trying to blame the Liberals and say, oh, that's the Liberals' fault. And
Always,
yet all
always
the
blame the
Australians are
opposite party.
going deflection, deflection, deflection. Every time there's an issue, he's saying, oh, Liberals caused this. Liberals were the problem. And now he's starting, because Pauline Hanson's starting to get, movement and starting to overtaking the polls, he's now going, oh, it was Pauline Hanson's fault. And people are like, well, hang on. Pauline Hanson's never been in power. Pauline Hanson was kicked out for a week of sitting Parliament because yous were scared of what she was saying and doing, that you're like, fuck this, we want to pass a bunch of hate laws and we can't have her in the Senate while we do it because she'll turn it down. So they eliminated her from Parliament for a week while they did that. And they sat there and told the Australian people that, oh, this will be the best thing for the Australian people. The first thing Pauline Hanson's going to do if she becomes Prime Minister is tear up the hate laws. That's the first thing she's doing. And she's only just came out and said that, and I'm reading it as we speak. It's one of her first things that she would do if she's elected Prime Minister. Now, everyone's sort of looking at a situation of the Julia Gillard situation. The difference between Pauline Hanson and Julia Gillard is Julia Gillard's a politician.
Yeah.
And Pauline Hanson, meanwhile, she is a politician, the very first thing she is Australian. So you're talking about a woman that has come from nothing, had her own fish and chip shop, real in touch with the people, doesn't give a fuck about the media. She tells the media to fuck off, that I'm here for the people, I don't want your screen time, I'm just here to talk with the people and hear what they want from me. And she basically turns the media down when and if she needs them. She's very much all about the people. I think if, come the next election, if people do vote for Pauline Hanson, we're going to see a very big change, which will be for the good. However, if Labor get re-elected again, we are all fucked. It's going to be a point of, is it worth living in Australia anymore? And me and the wife have spoken about it, about leaving Australia, because if Labor gets re-elected, is it going to be worth living in Australia anymore underneath Labor? Because it's going to become unaffordable. No one's going to be able to afford it. Electricity at 40%. Like, for most households, that's another $200 to $500 on their electricity that cannot be afforded. Now, I'm lucky. We have a battery attached to the house. Very fucking lucky. But for those that don't have that luxury, their power bills are through the roof.
Yeah. Anyway, let's talk more about this next time.
Yes.
We do need to wrap this up. But
we do indeed.
as usual, now I have a question for you, Swagman.
Yes.
This
Which
is
one
a-
is it?
One or the other, okay? Would you rather have it that every time you laughed for the rest of your life, it sounded exactly like a full volume goat scream, okay? Or every time you sneeze, you blast out glitter that sticks to your skin for 48 hours, and you simply cannot wash it off.
What was the first? What was the first option?
Every time you laugh, for the rest of your life, it sounds exactly like a full volume goat scream. So, like everybody down the street can hear you
Oh,
laughing.
or the other one is glitter for 48 hours.
Glitter every time you sneeze, and that's it, even if you have like three sneezes in a row, you're gonna have clouds of glitter just stuck to your body for 48 hours.
You know what? I think I'd go to the clouds of glitter.
And I don't think glitter would feel too good coming out of your nose either.
No, I couldn't imagine I would, but I'd go to the clouds of glitter. I
Why
think the
would you
glitter
go for
would
the
be.
clouds of glitter?
I feel like I could put up with that more than a goat scream.
It's a bit more festive, isn't it? It's,
Yeah,
it's, it's
just a
more
little.
fun.
More fun. It's more fun for the cleanup.
Look,
We just
look
get the
who's come
kids
to join
into it.
us.
Oh, hello, little one. Come to join us on the podcast.
Hello, Mama.
Yeah, what is next week's lotto numbers?
Next
Speaking
week's
of,
lotto
actually,
numbers.
while we're on that topic, Lotto went off. The 20 million, two people won it, one person in WA.
I've been meaning to tell you about that actually.
Oh, was that you? You won it. Fucking oath.
Ah,
Yeah, Ripper. Okay,
I
so
wish. I wish, man.
I'll have my mortgage paid off now, please, sir. What was that? Want me to be your personal assistant?
I don't know about that.
Oh, I can be your personal assistant, drive you around. All right, guys.
Yeah.
We're going to get into our sponsors. Next week, we're going to bring on a friend of mine, hopefully, if he's available.
Hmm.
We're going to have some updates with Maths Gossip.
What is your
Um,
friend's name? What's
Brendan.
his Brendan.
Yeah,
We're gonna
good
be
old Brendan's going to
talking.
come
Was
in.
it Palsy? Was
Yes,
that he used
Pansy.
this? Pansy. Pansy.
Pansy.
Yeah, we're going to be speaking to Pansy
We're going to be
about
speaking
just
with
picking his
Pansy.
brain about whatever the fuck we're talking about next week.
Exactly. And we're going to be introducing new segments.
Hmm.
I'm going to be adding in Maths Gossip, which is Married at First Sight. So there's a lot of
Whoa, okay.
drama that has happened. So we're only going to be talking about the drama because who the fuck wants to listen to the boring relationship side of it? We all know Married at First Sight is just for the drama. And this year, now the
Well, it
reason
used to be a social experiment. It used to actually be
well,
cool.
yeah, it used to be cool. Now the reason I want to touch on it is because it involves bullying, which we've
Oh,
touched on this subject before, bullying in the workplace. So, and this is the same situation, bullying, but on a national scale. And when is it the right time to stand up and say, "Hey, this isn't right"? Now, my thing with this is, why did none of the blokes stand up and go, "Hey, Brooke, shut your fucking mouth. This is stepping over the line. You're bullying."
yeah. Well,
And
we'll talk about
nobody
that
did it.
next
So
week.
that's going to be a new segment we bring in next week because it airs tonight. So we can't talk about it till tonight till we know what's going on.
Hmm.
But yes, it is the reason I want to bring it up because it does involve bullying. And when is crossing the line too far in terms of bullying? There's a banter, and then there's bullying and crossing the line. So how
That
far
all
is too far? Is
does
the new
sound
segment.
very exciting.
It does. It will be.
Yeah.
All right,
But in the
guys.
meantime, we're going to name drop in the.
Name drop.
We're going to name drop on-track meals for all your anti-starvation needs while you're out camping or hiking or whatever it is you do for
Your
fun.
hydration
Because
needs.
honestly, even if you're out there as a photographer, you know, whip out an on-track meal pack for lunch. You'll thank yourself later. And if you go to ontrackmeals.com.au/in the zone, you can get 10% off all of your purchases. But in the meantime, we shall leave you with that. Have
Great week.
a great week. It'll probably have a great weekend by the time this goes to air.
Yes.
And
Thank you
we
for joining
will.
us in the Chill Zone for another podcast.
Yeah, you'll hear from us next week, Friday,
Take it
as
easy, guys.
always.